Hi, this is going to be a daily experience video. It won't be the experience of today. Today was a great day, but I always write down all the experience that have um, something to share about. Like most of the time, God communicates like without words, and it is not always spectacular. But this one could be shared, I think, and has some lessons to it. So I feel like telling you this story. Nowadays, I spend a lot of time like in silence, in rest, practicing doing nothing. And thinking nothing and emptying my mind, whatever you want to call it. All of them is true, I think. So I just, I was just, I just felt like I'm entering a deeper stillness. Many times I feel like I'm relaxed, and then I feel like if I let go even more, then I just start to fall into greater stillness, and then I just fall into greater stillness, and and nothing really happens. So it's like not deeper revelations or greater visions or nothing like that. Rather, it's like a deeper surrender, greater emptiness of thoughts. I don't even analyze these things very much, and I don't advise anyone to do so. I just feel like that I'm stepping back, and then I'm falling upwards. Um, so as I was just laying on my bed, half asleep, my favorite thing to do, I can rest and enjoy God at the same time, and I really love it. For a long time, these two things were different things. Like there were times for rest, and there were times for uh, my secret place with God, and now these two are the same, and I love it. So all of a sudden, I felt like I'm um, I'm as if I was in an elevator that has no walls. I was standing above a city, a very industrial, grayish city with different buildings and skyscrapers and industries and all kinds of things. They were all dark or gray, maybe lighter, some of them, but yeah, it wasn't a very disgusting place, but wasn't attractive at all. And I felt like I was being lifted above it, and something was drawing me upwards. And then I saw the city from above, and it was a great like angle to see the city and the buildings. Maybe I'm gonna paint it because it was like spectacular. Not all the visions are spectacular. And I felt like there are a lot of like ropes or I don't know lines that are holding me to this city and to different points of this city, and I have a lot of them. And it wasn't about like bondages or whatever, not or sins or nothing like that. And as I was ascending, many of the ropes got very tight, and some of them split and got ripped apart. And every time one of the ropes got caught or ripped apart, I just bounced a bit upwards, like when you hold something very tight and then it splits, then it just bounces with the energy. That's what it happened to me every time one of these um, ropes broke, and God just started to ask me to let go of things I love in my life, and none of them were like sins or bad things or bondages. They were things that are very good, like projects he was talking about and I'm working on, and people I love. And I felt like he told me, you should let these things go because they hinder you to fall even up more upwards. Um, and I it was like, okay, but they are good things, like why should they hinder me? But they don't, it wasn't the things that were hindering me falling upwards, it was my clinging to them. So it was like God told me that I should let go of my best friend. He's kind of like my mentor and we're very close. And God said that, okay, you should let go of him. You no longer need to cling to him. The other one was my little sister, my only sibling, and there were some other people like parents and my great project that God has given to me, like writing books and making this or that. And God just said, like, would you let go of them? And every time I came to the point in my mind and in my emotion that it was okay if nothing happened the way I was planning, and my mind became completely peaceful with like allowing the things to happen just the opposite as I expected. And every time I came to have peace with the opposite of my expectations, a rope was caught and I could fly. And then I was really like speeding. And I was speeding like upwards, falling upwards. And then God just brought up someone else, like, would you just let go of this person? And letting go meant that I no longer controlled my relationship or my my experience of this person or thing. I no longer try to keep my eye on it and just make sure that it works out well. It wasn't just like controlling, like a bad kind of controlling. I felt like God was like offering me to let go of any kind of influence on these people and happenings, and even good influence. Like I felt like it's better if I don't intervene anymore and things happen not that well than if I kept the control and the things turned out very well. I don't know why, but I felt like it was crucial to God to make me understand that the only way I can surrender to this drawing sense of feeling in my body offers is to cut even another clinging and another clinging and another clinging to this world. Um, Almost like it felt like I almost didn't care anymore, but it was a loving kind of not caring. like, um, yeah. And every time I came to this feeling of it's okay if it turns out not as well as it could be if I controlled it well, I became so free and I was falling even deeper. So, yeah, that's what happened to me. Um, Many times I experience this falling into greater level. I don't like this word level, but a greater sense of stillness. And actually, this is the season of my life when I just feel like God wants to show me that even the good things are bad if I control them. And the only freedom I could have is when I no longer have a say into anything. Like, absolutely not even a well intended kind of keeping my eye on things just to make sure everything works out well. Even that should be cut, and it's not like it should be. Like, God is there for me no matter how I decide. It's like the only way I can I can surrender to the drawing upwards is when I no longer have the clinging downwards. So that's it. Yeah, this is great. Um, and I just tell you this because maybe you have some lessons from it, or you can relate to it, or maybe it just broadens your perspective. Don't compare yourself or your experience or your relationship with God with mine. I don't share these things to like frustrate you or like put you under pressure. It's just like this could happen. Why not? God is big enough for that. So, yeah. And I believe that when I experience a little bit more freedom in a certain area and I talk about it, it gets expanded by sharing it. So I think, yeah, the freedom I have in this area will be given to you as well just by watching it. I don't know how it works. Have a great falling upwards. God bless you.